family? What is going on, Ravens flock? We are back. Day one of training camp is in the books, and boy, do we have some things to discuss. Yeah, you and I, we got some things to discuss here on this episode of Quiet Storm Sports. So settle down, relax, just settle in here, and let's get into it.
You're watching Quiet Storm Sports on the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube channel. Subscribe for more Ravens content.
Sir, we are back. Like I said at the top of the show, Ravens football is officially back. The Ravens have reported to training camp, and they are now training. Yesterday they came on a Tuesday, right? Yeah, they came on a Tuesday, and they just kind of checked in and maybe held some meetings, and they had some interviews afterwards. Those were fun. We covered those on yesterday's episode of the show. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you check that out after this. But today they were actually out there in jerseys. No pads yet. Okay, no pads yet, but they were out there training, and it's super exciting. It's super exciting because I kind of been flashing back as we're getting closer and closer to the season. I've been flashing back to that Tyler Loop missed kick. Don't ask me why, but here's why. Fuck it, right? I think that after that happened, I was like so traumatized and dejected because I knew that I was not going to sniff Ravens football until around August time. And the fact that August is right on the our doorstep here, and we're getting training camp already, preseason is right around the corner, and then boom, there's the season. I'm just happy, man. I'm a happy Sutton today. Like the video for a happy Sutton today. That's what I am. If you're happy that Ravens football is back, please like the video, comment down below your favorite thing that you heard from today. Before we dive deep into it, I do want to say a big shout out to my live chat here. As you guys know, we do these episodes of Quiet Storm Sports live, and the live chat is in full effect tonight. We got some members in the house. We got Tila M, and the M stands for moderators. As Beaks News made my day. We're going to get to that. We're definitely going to get to that. Let me get to the members first. What's going on, Coach? Coach is in the chat. What up, Coach? Coach been at work all day. I've been at work all day. You guys know, man. You guys know. Y'all know what it is. Stretch in the house. What up, Stretch? Appreciate you for coming through as well. Another member here in the chat joining us. I see 410 Twin. What's going on, 410? Dr. Kush is in the chat. Kwame's in the chat. King Blaze in the chat. Bo knows. What up? Kelly, let me see that. Kelly Young. Going too fast here. Yeah, Kelly Young is in the chat. What's going on, Kelly Young? Appreciate you for coming through. Glaucoma's here. What up, Giovanni? Yo, what's going on? And most importantly, shout out to you, the replay gang. If you're not watching this episode of Quiet Storm Sports live, it's all good. Okay, all good. Maybe catch the live stream next time. It's more fun that way. But I love you all the same. Appreciate you all the same for coming through and supporting the channel. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Let's get into some training camp talk. So today, of course, the biggest news was the fact that Nnamdi Madubuike, that's right, Nnamdi Madubuike made his return today officially to the Baltimore Ravens. And, this news, it's like we foreshadowed it, but we couldn't be sure because just last week, he was placed on the physically unable to perform list. He was. And it kind of divided some of the fan base. Like some people were like a little bit worried, okay, like maybe we won't get him back until, when the season starts, we'll start to see him ramp up. But for now, it's a no-go. It kind of felt that way, but it did feel like we were trending in the right direction towards ultimately getting him back, right? But what ended up happening was today, he runs out there on the field and the crowd goes wild, basically. I went wild. I was a little bit in shock. I was a little bit in shock to see for the very first, on the very first day, right? On the very first day of training camp, Nnamdi Madubuike made his return. That shocked me. And that tells me, chat, that he is going to be ready to play come season time. He's going to be ready to go. Week 1. That's my prediction as of today, Wednesday, July 29th, after we've gotten this news here. Now, kind of diving deeper into that, yes, the shock value of Nnamdi Madubuike running out onto the field like you see here Well, that's during a game, but he has passed his physical. He's been removed from the PUP list. That was shock value on its own. But then when you really think deeper into it, it's like, okay, what does this mean for our defense? Well, it means a whole lot of things. Number one, it means that Nnamdi, when you have two down linemen, right? The Ravens love to run these two down lineman sets. I don't know if Jesse Minter will continue to do the same. But if you have two down linemen on the field, in Nnamdi Madubuike and Travis Jones, and they're pushing the middle of the pocket on a third and whatever, okay? And then you also have on the edges, you have Mike Green and Trey Hendrickson, which is a massive upgrade with Trey Hendrickson just alone over what we had last year. See, because what was happening last year, and you could even see it in the games that Madubuike did play, those two games against the Browns and the Bills, he was getting interior pressure. He was pushing the pocket, right? Him and Travis Jones, they were doing a good job pushing the pocket. The problem was Kyle Van Noy on the outside was getting no pressure. Mike Green was getting no pressure. So the edges in the interior D linemen, they did not complement each other very well at all. But now that you're adding, I mean, Trey Hendrickson was one thing. But now that you're adding in Nnamdi Madubuike and you're getting him back, right? And you're getting that tandem of him and Travis Jones back together again. I think that like literally the sky here is the limit for this defense. Because really what it is, I tell you guys all the time, inside out, right? Game of football is played inside out. If you have those two guys in the middle, controlling the middle, like eating up rushing lanes, also being able to rush the passer, that's going to, of course, complement the guys on the edge. So I look at it like this. When it comes to the defensive line, I'm looking at the interior D line. That's kind of like your steak. That's like your meat, your main, you know what I mean? Pause, like protein. Like that's your steak. And then on the edges, that's your sizzle. That's your sizzle. That's what really gets you like, fired up, so to say. You know what I mean? So again, man, this Nnamdi Madubuike news was everything to me. I did want to read a couple of stats here. I saw one from, I believe it was Mina Kimes. She had tweeted earlier today. Yeah. So Baltimore's four-man rush ranked 28th in pressure rate and 29th in sack rate and 30th in pass rush win rate last year. With Nnamdi back, Hendrickson in the fold, and other additions / young players stepping up, you could go from bottom to top 5. And that's just off of personnel alone. We're not even beginning to talk about the scheme that Jesse Minter is going to bring and how Jesse Minter brought a bottom 5 defense in the Chargers to a top 5 defense in a year. Okay. In 2 years with the Chargers, that defense was only giving up on average 18 points a game. They weren't giving up 20. Lamar Jackson has a 99% win record in games where his defense gives up less than 20 points or 18 or less. 99%. All right. So when you add that again to this personnel that we're bringing in, and there's not even to mention guys like Zion Young, who we expect to be a force, especially even with just his energy, but we think that his power is going to translate to the league. Even with guys like Tavius Robinson, who we, again, like I said yesterday, he's kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none, but a very solid player nonetheless. Kind of like a Justice Hill. Tavius Robinson is the defensive version of Justice Hill, if you ask me. But yeah, those guys aside, and then you talk about Calais Campbell, who I'll get to here in a minute too. Those guys aside, just the main pieces there in the middle, Nnamdi and Travis, and then Trey, Nnamdi, Travis, and Trey, they are going to wreak havoc this year. And I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Thea Penna, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through, man. Smitty, what up, what up, what up? Nike says crazy that Jadeveon Clowney and what's his name? Joey Bosa are still free agents. Yeah, Clowney probably not for long. Not for long. Zeke, what up? World Class, what up? Frank, I see you. What's going on? All right. So here we go. Here we go. Hey, Dylan. What's going on, Dylan? Another member in the chat. JR, I see you. And always, again, shout out to the Rain Gang and the Replay Gang. Shout out to y'all. All right. So let's go ahead and move on from the huge Nnamdi Madubuike news. I mean, I don't even really want to move on from it, but like enough is, I think I've said enough about it. This is just going to make our defense way more versatile. This is just going to make it so much easier. It's going to make the job of Jesse Minter so much easier, right? To install his game plan. When you have blue chip talent like Nnamdi Madubuike, like Trey Hendrickson, it makes it so much easier for you, your schemes to come to fruition, and because those players they can execute. That's really what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. All right, I do want to go over some other training camp news and highlights from today, if that's okay with you guys. Again, like the video. Over 50 people watching live right now across platforms. Thank y'all so much for coming through to this episode. We're doing some Ravens training camp discussions. Let me see. Let me go ahead and pull this up on screen for us here. All right, so let's talk about it. Ravens day one camp notes discussion. This is where we can all, whether you're watching live, whether you're part of the replay gang, put it in the live chat or the comments. I don't care. But what were some of your highlights that you took away from today's training camp? That's what I want to know from you guys. Outside of the Madubuike stuff, what were some of the biggest things that you guys saw? Let me see. I do want to go through the tweet of Kyle Humans, who is the new voice of the Ravens. He had a practice number one notebook. I'll go through some of his notes here and we'll react to them. So number one, of course, having Madubuike back and moving well provided a jolt of energy to the whole group. That's number one. Those guys know. Kyle Hamilton said it himself today. Those guys know how much better they can be if Nnamdi Madubuike is in the fold. They know. It's not a secret. And I wish I had that Migos, that Dead song. You ninjas in trouble. You know which one I'm talking about. Because that's how I feel about like the entire league right now. Everybody's in trouble. Everybody about to get their feelings hurt. Look at Madubuike back out there already, man. Already. I love that. We thought we weren't going to get him back till Thanksgiving. He already in helmets. He about to be in pads. What, next week? I can't wait to see it. All right, second point. Adam Randall was impressive in his team carries. He had one cut runs, physicality at the point of attack, even without pads. So it's good to hear Adam Randall, he's hitting the hole hard. One cut runs. I mean, that's really what you want, right? If you can manufacture some like maybe some outside zone plays for Adam Randall, where you can get him kind of moving laterally, and then take one cut, boom, and then he's gone. And then all of a sudden he leaks into, the linebacking part of the box, and the DBs, he gets into the secondary and they're like, oh shit, this guy's fast. And he runs tall and hard. He must have been a wide receiver. Yeah, that's because he was. Don't let Adam Randall get to the second level. Because if he does, he's going to become the steal of the draft. I think I can say that with confidence. If Adam Randall starts reaching the second, even if he starts doing it in preseason, that's going to warrant Declan Doyle and Jesse Minter to try to get this guy some carries in real games. But I cannot wait to see that. So there you heard it. Adam Randall was impressive in his team carries today. Third point. Lamar Jackson, he was throwing dimes. Lamar Jackson was throwing dimes. Day one dimes. Day one dimage. I mean, where are the narratives now? Where are the narratives now that, they would have loved to come in and destroy Lamar and be like, oh, he was all first day of training camp. Oh, that's probably because he wasn't at voluntary OTAs. Lamar Jackson is leaving no shadow of a doubt that he is more locked in this year than he has been in many years past. I truly do believe that. To be dialed in on day one, that's tough. That's tough. Okay. I do want to go through some other ones here. So Jacoby Lane looked comfortable with the starters and on routes in the middle of the field. We don't have any news on Jacoby Lane actually catching any passes today, like in the 11-on-11s or whatever. But I do expect for him to become more involved as the weeks go on. I do. Because I remember I talked to Cordell, Ravens reporter and friend of the show. I talked to him a couple of weeks ago right here on PRP. And he told me that it looked like they were being intentional back in minicamp about getting Jacoby Lane involved. Like even just a little bit more than Elijah Surratt. Like they were giving him extra time and attention, which makes sense. He was a 3rd-round pick. Surratt was a 4th-round pick. So maybe you do want to give Jacoby Lane more looks and things like that. But I do expect for him to be more involved and making some more noise as these days go on. Hey, hell, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. So you had some great grabs in traffic from Tez Walker. And then also, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, chat. I don't know if I'm reading this right. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm reading this right real quick. I don't want to misrepresent what's going on here. Because he said Tez Walker had a great grab in traffic. But for some reason, that also says Rashad Bateman. Chat, am I reading this right? It says Rashad Bateman had a nice catch in traffic. It also says Rashad Bateman had a chunk gain during 11v11. During his connection with Bateman, Lamar Jackson, that is. The 6th-year wide receiver made a nice adjustment on the ball and slid to make the reception. But that's just so crazy because, like, see, I got this notebook where I wrote down you know what I'm saying, like a bunch of names where people were saying that Rashad Bateman wasn't worth a damn and he couldn't play. And there's a lot of names on this list. I'll show y'all. Look, it's a lot of names on this list. Maybe some of you guys watching right now are also on this list, but hey, neither here nor there. Apparently, Rashad Bateman had a pretty damn good day. Now, it did say that he also had a drop on a leaping catch attempt near the sideline. But you got to add context to it because it says Trey Hendrickson would have recorded a sack on Lamar in a real game. So that ball would have never even came out to Rashad Bateman. Okay? So that was just one thing that really kind of, I was surprised. Because again, I was told by all of y'all that Rashad Bateman, well, not all of y'all, but most of y'all, that Rashad Bateman wasn't worth the damn and he couldn't play. That's what I was told. All right. Okay. All right. Sutton stop is only practice. Yeah, you're right. We're not talking about the game yet. You're right. I can't wait to read them names. You're right, Zeke. I can't wait to read them. I'm gonna wait though. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill for now. I'm not calling out the names just yet. I'm gonna chill for now. When the time is right, that's when I'm gonna call these names out. Bate first 1,000-yard season on the way. Maybe Kwame. Maybe. It's funny. All right. Got to stop the bait hate. That's the thing. That's it. I'm going to leave it right there. Because look, if tell you one thing. Because I told y'all yesterday that today we'd be getting Jeff Zariebek tweets and other beat writer tweets that Rashad Bateman was showing off in practice. I told you that yesterday. It happened today. And I'm telling you this right now. If it happens tomorrow, I'm on some of y'all ass. If it happens again tomorrow, I might gotta I might gotta open a present on Christmas Eve. I might gotta read a few names. I'll read a couple of names that put donations next to their hatred. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Because some of y'all, when y'all said y'all wanted to be in the book, y'all sent super chat donations, like actual real money behind it. So I might read those names tomorrow if Bateman has another great day. If he goes back to back, all right. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Anywho, let me move along here. I don't want you guys to say, oh, you only talk about Rashad Bateman. I just want to spend a couple minutes. On that. That's it. Oh, we got a super chat donation in the house. Super chat donation in the house. This one is coming from, let me see. The Don. What's going on, Don C? Long time no talk. Long time no see, Don. C. Appreciate you for coming through and for donating. Says Allen Iverson said it best. Much love, Sutton. Much love to you too, brother. Clap it up for Don C. He's a real Purple Rain pioneer around here. Been around for a very long time, supporting the channel. Shout out to the Don. He's still a member here in the chat. Thank you so much. Tila celebrating 11 months of membership. Shout out to you. Let's clap it up for the moderator, Tila, as well. For the one time, okay? That's what I'm talking about. Tila says we're not about to spend an hour on Bateman. If he does good, then that's great for the team. That's right. So it's kind of like it's a win-win for your boy, right? Because if Rashad Bateman starts cooking, then more you guys will start becoming on my side, right? And you'll just have to admit you were wrong. That's all it is. That's it. There's nothing to it. Tila, thank you so much for celebrating 11 months, almost 1 year of channel membership here at the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube channel. All right. And by the way, guys, season is right around the corner. So, of course, there's going to be a lot more content coming out. There's another video already out on the channel. After you're done watching this, you can go check that out. It's like a 10, 11-minute video. I'm going to start doing some more shorter form content for you guys too. So make sure you go check that out. There's going to be some exclusive content, of course. And then, of course, we got more giveaways coming this season. But that's only for our members. And then call-in shows are only for our members as well. All right, but back to the training camp news. So also another guy who broke out today, kind of using that term loosely, Mike Green. Mike Green had a good day today. He said he had a few highlight moments, particularly in reacting to and defending the run. Apparently he was playing very fast today. And then also I heard that he was chasing down Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson was on a play action or something like that. And Mike Green reacted to it. He picked it up perfectly and chased down Lamar. And Lamar Jackson couldn't get the edge. He couldn't get the edge on Mike Green. So we'll see. Seven Scott with the 6'7" jewels. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. But yeah, let me go to some more camp notes here. All right. Again, drop it down below in the comments, your biggest takeaways from today's training camp. That's what I want to see from you guys. All right, let me see here. Lots of new beat reporters that I was not familiar with before, but I am now. And a lot of them are pretty good. I like this Josh Tolentino guy. I like him. He's cool. But yeah, kind of going into detail on the Mike Green thing a little bit more. Second year outside linebacker Mike Green flashed plenty. He's had some nice battles with Roger Rosengarten. I like that. Green setting the edge and most notably maintained step for step in his pursuit of scrambling Lamar Jackson rolled to his right, but play called dead thanks to Green's effort, which prevented Jackson from cutting upfield. So if Mike Green is moving different, that's the last thing. That is the last thing. Because listen, nobody knows who Mike Green is right now. Not a soul. If you're not a Baltimore Ravens fan, if you're not a Baltimore Ravens degen like you and I, then you probably don't know who Mike Green is. But if he flashes, if he breaks out this year, that's like a God forbid for the league. Because you're telling me you're working with Trey Hendrickson, Nnamdi Madubuike, Travis Jones. What are we even talking about right now? What are we talking about? And then Mike Green? Oh my. Forget about it. Forget about it. Don C with this. Oh my goodness, man. Don C has become Santa Claus today here on this episode of Quiet Storm Sports, gifting 5 memberships in the chat. Shout out to Don C making it rain here, Santa Claus in it here out of this episode of Quiet Storm Sports. Thank you so much, Don C. If you are a recipient of one of those memberships, make sure you send my guy Don C a little appreciation, a little thank you in the chat, something. You know what I mean? He just made you eligible for some giveaways. Just made you eligible for the call-in show so you can talk to your boy Sutton. If you want to get it off your chest about Bateman to me face to face, you can do that if you are a member of the channel, because we do have call-in shows. We're going to have a lot more now that the season is rolling around. We actually have things to talk about, guys. Thank you so much, Don C. And shout out to everybody who was a recipient of those gifted memberships. Okay. Let's see what else do we have here. So on the very first day of Ravens training camp, an 11-on-11, Zay Flowers. That's right. Zay Flowers finds the soft spot in the zone, and Lamar hits Flowers on a crosser for a 20-yard completion. I love to hear that. Okay, I love to hear that. Some of y'all think I don't, but I do. I think Zay Flowers, after everything we've heard this season, with just how the coaches have talked about him, namely how Lamar Jackson talked about him yesterday, wants him to have a career, like a historic year, says all he do is put in the work, all he does is grind, all he knows is work. He's going to reward Zay Flowers a lot this year. I can see Zay Flowers getting a cool, and I mean a cool, 7.5 to 8 targets a game. I think Declan Doyle and Lamar Jackson will make a concerted effort and collaborate scheme-wise to say, hey, look, we want to make it a thing to get Zay Flowers the ball. We want to leave it without a shadow of a doubt that this guy is a bona fide wide receiver 1 in this league, that this guy deserves to be ranked in the top 10 wide receivers in Madden, right? In terms of ratings. By the way, that's just foreshadowing. We're going to get into that as well in a little bit later in the episode. But man, Zay Flowers already finding the soft spot in the zones. You know, you're going to see a lot of zone against Lamar Jackson this year. A lot of defense are going to play zone. So Zay Flowers already showing out. I love to see it. Zay and Bate. It looks like Zay and Bate have reestablished themselves. At least as of day 1, they have both reestablished their dominance as wide receivers 1 and 2 on this team. And I get it, Sutton, it's day 1. I get it. But this means something to me, man. I waited too long. All right? It was a long off season. I told y'all. I damn near wanted to cry in December when we missed that kick, because I just knew we wasn't going to get this for another 7-8 months. So I got to overreact. That's the fan in me, and fan is short for fanatic. Okay? You know, if you watch Quiet Storm, you're going to get a little personality out of me too. I'm sorry. Not really. Okay. What else do we have? Apparently, Zay Flowers was met with a very loud applause as he took the field earlier today. Love to hear that. Maybe he's got a contract extension coming soon. That's the talks. Derrick Henry and Nnamdi Madubuike ran out on the field together today. They're 2 very large human beings. You had some Emory Jones work in there. Also had, you can see on the screen here, some Ethan Posick. He was kind of like the main guy taking the first team reps today, but it was made very clear that ain't about to be, you know, the end all, say, like the end all be all when it comes to the center position. It's still a wide open competition. We'll see though. We'll see. It was bittersweet. Was and still happy that we missed the playoffs, says Asmodeus. Thank you so much for the super chat donation. Yeah, it was very bittersweet. But everything that happened after that, I couldn't be happier about it. You know, we didn't have to sulk in our own funk for too long after losing that game against the Steelers. We got Harbaugh up out of there like, 2 days later, something like that. It was like 48 hours or something or less. And we've just been cooking ever since. Got Jesse Minter, gonna restore the defensive kind of prowess in Baltimore. We did the right thing in the draft, ate our fruits and veggies, got Venga Ioane, not the sexy pick, but it's what you needed. It's what you needed. So we did that. I'm proud of us for that. Uh, and then I thought we made some pretty great acquisitions as well. I mean, the Max Crosby thing still hurts. I'm not gonna lie, but Trey Hendrickson and our first round picks back is still a good consolation prize. So I'm not mad at that anymore. Although I wish they would have handled that Max Crosby situation a lot differently. But yeah, we're back, baby. We're back. We are back. But yeah, like I said again, with the center position, Ethan Pozick, it looks like he's the front runner. It looks like to me it's his job to lose. I think it's kind of coach speak for Jesse Minter to get up there and say, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be may the best man win." I think he kind of knows, like, yeah, the reason why we bought him in is for him to start. Because if we didn't think that we needed, if we thought highly enough of Javon Gwynn or Danny Pinter, like in reality, probably would have never pursued Ethan Pozick. Probably just wouldn't have happened, especially when you have Corey Bullock on the roster too. You would have thought that they would have went with some of those guys, one of those three guys. That's what I think. By the way, guys, over 125 people watching live right now. Thank you guys so much for coming out to this episode live. Quiet Storm Sports, where we cover everything Baltimore Ravens right here on the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube channel. Please be sure to leave a like on the video. If you are new, subscribe as well. We'd appreciate that. All right, I think I've gotten through pretty much all of the camp notes. Let me just make sure before I move along here. So we got through Flowers. Apparently Chris Moore made 2 plays early. Okay, the vet doing vet things. Madubuike, of course, was not on the field for long. He'll do some individual stuff as he gets reacclimated. I like that. I like that. Bilal Kone looks close of, to being ready to go as well. I do want to get into these. Let me see. The injuries. So the guys who did not practice today. First, I'll start with Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell did not practice today, but he reported for training camp yesterday. The Ravens are going to give him some time to get back into football and get some workouts under his belt. Calais Campbell has been dealing with the personal tragedy involving his mom and brother. As you guys know, from a couple of weeks ago, it was announced that his mother was unalived by her own son, a.k.a. Calais Campbell's brother, who I think was apparently like schizophrenic. It was just a super tragic and unfortunate situation. And Campbell, he's reported back to camp, but we definitely should give him some time. I mean, he's earned that, especially as a 39-year-old, and doing everything that he does for the team. He was just, you saw what he did in the Wired for mini camp and stuff. But he's so important to this team, and like we all know that, but we got to give him his grace. He deserves that, if anything. All right. Okay. So, let me see. The other guys who did not practice. The other guys who did not practice are as follows. Corey Bullock with an appendix injury. Teddy Buchanan with a knee injury. Bilal Kone with a knee. John Jenkins, undisclosed. Adisa Isaac with an elbow. And Travis Jones with a pec. Hand of 410. Appreciate the jewels. Thank you. Haynes, appreciate the sub. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for subbing to the channel. Let me see. So, the only one that kind of threw me off a little bit, like I knew Travis Jones was dealing with what he was dealing with. I expect him to be back. But John Jenkins, because if I'm not mistaken, John Jenkins was he was in that video yesterday where where they were hyping the guys up. You guys seen that one? They had the PA guy, the new PA guy for the Ravens Stadium. He was hyping the guys up as they came in. I believe John Jenkins was a part of that, but apparently he did not practice today, and it was undisclosed as to why. So interesting, but we'll see how it goes from there. We'll see how it goes from there. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into some of these player interviews. I think that should be the next thing we talk about here, because there were a lot of things that the players said here today that a lot of people, it kind of went viral a little bit in Ravens land on Ravens Twitter. Interesting stuff said by Jesse Minter, by Lamar, and also by Kyle Hamilton as well. Now, I want to start with Jesse Minter talking about Nnamdi Madubuike.
He has now passed the physical and come off of the PUP list. It's still a process to get ready to play football, and that's something they're gonna work through over these next couple weeks. I think everybody has a good feeling about where he's at and where it's headed. But again, like those things, there's a timeline involved, and that could go, whatever. So super exciting to see that dude out there with his jersey on and his helmet. He looks great. He's been working really hard, and I think there's positive things to come with him.
All right, so that was Jesse Minter talking about Nnamdi Madubuike, how, they're still trying to be like super cautious with Nnamdi, which I understand. They're like, hey, look, I know he's back out there now, but look, you never know. That's the energy they're still kind of giving us. But like at the end of the day, bro, he's out there. He's in his jersey, in a helmet, right? Just had neck surgery. He's in his helmet. He's going to play. He's been working out all off. He's going to play. Right? But they're just trying to ease him in here. And I understand it. I get it. But hold on, though. Hold the phones. Hold the phones. Something just came out. Something just came out, chat. New clip from Ravens training camp just dropped all of 30 minutes ago. Lamar Jackson to Rashad Bateman. Let's take a look together, chat, shall we? Okay. Going deep over the middle of the field. Okay, Bate over the shoulder catch, bringing it in, beat the guy. I think that was Starks that was behind him. And then we getting in the end zone too. Bateman got some long strides. He's not that tall, but he got some long strides. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, y'all read it and weep. Y'all read it and weep. Go ahead. Look at this. Look at that perfect spiral from your boy Lamar too. And then just to leap, like to go up, high point that ball over the shoulder. Is that what I just saw? Did I just see Rashad Bateman high point a ball over his shoulder, making sure he comes down with it? Oh, I love that. Getting behind the defense. Yeah, read it and weep, y'all. Read it and weep. And by the way, I don't think that was Malachi. Yeah, read it and weep. Just watch greatness. Just watch greatness at work here. Man, I can't wait for the season, man. Like I said, I'm on some of y'all ass tomorrow. If we go back-to-back days, I'm on some of y'all ass tomorrow. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Yes, sir. Bateman about to go off this season. King Lee talking about he almost dropped it. Yeah, all right. All right. All right. All right. Let me see. Asmodeus with the super chat donation says, that was almost a bobbled interception. Listen, my granddaddy told me close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Okay, that's it. Horseshoes and hand grenades. That's the only time close counts, Asmodeus. He caught it. All right? He caught it. I'll hear nothing else about it. I'll hear nothing else about it. But y'all told me that Lamar Jackson hated Rashad Bateman. Y'all told me that he ain't worth the damn. It's just, okay. All right. All right. Without pads. We've seen him make great catches with pads. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Y'all weren't saying that when Elijah Surratt made that play in minicamp. Thousand shirts and t-shirts, shorts and t-shirts too. So yeah, what's the difference? What's the difference? Anywho, I'm not gonna bore y'all to death with Bateman, right? Because I know how y'all feel about him. Let me see if there's any other clips they put out, so I don't miss any. Let me see if they did the one to Zay. Let me see. Oh, this is just the guys being back out. A little cinematic video here. I'm loving this. We'll get back to the player interviews in a second here. Don't worry about it, chat. Yeah, looking good so far. Bait looking good. Route running looking good. Zay's looking good. I think we're fine with Zay and Bait, y'all. I do. Stephon Diggs he's unnecessary. I agree with the franchise. I do. I agree with the franchise. Look at Flock run down in the comments over here. Shout out to Ryan. Yeah, man. We're looking good, man. We're almost back. We're almost back. We got Adam. I'm gonna just go with Adam. Thank you so much for the super chat donation, brother. Dropping the 5-piece in the chat. Says I heard Lane was connecting better with Lamar than Bate did. I didn't hear that Lane was connecting better with Lamar than Bateman. None of the major beat reporters reported that, and you know that they would have said something about that. Not Jeff Zariabek, not Jonas Schaefer, not Tolentino, not Mina Kimes. So where'd you hear that one from? You might be right. Where'd you hear that one from? What's your source? What's your source? Because I would love, that'd be music to my ears. That would be music to my ears if Jacoby Lane is building some chemistry with Lamar Jackson this early. It would be. Okay. All right. So back to these interviews. Now that we got through all of that, Jesse, let me see. I'm talking about how Lamar Jackson makes everybody on the field better.
Lamar's incredible. Again, best player in the league.
Yep. Talk to him,
when
Coach.
He's out there and he's.
Hold on, Coach. Say that one more time, Coach.
Really engaged like he
best
is.
Player in the what?
Lamar's incredible. Again, best player in the league.
That's what I'm talking about, Coach.
Obviously really engaged like he is. He makes everybody on the field better. So he makes the offense better. He makes the defense better for having to defend that type of player. All he's got to do is be himself. That's what he's proven that he is over the course of time. I do think sometimes when you're trying to learn new things, like it really energizes you because you know that there's like a requirement to get where you want to get between now and the game. So I just appreciate the way he's gone about his business. And, he does a great job, man, just from being himself and the spirit that he brings, making everybody else better.
Yeah. Yeah, and the crazy thing is he can do that. And I kind of mentioned this yesterday, chat. He can do that without even being that much of a vocal leader. It's kind of crazy. Like, he's not the biggest vocal guy, but just his energy, his spirit, and then his play inspires guys. That's how you know you have a truly great athlete here in Lamar Jackson. So I'm in lockstep agreement with what Jesse Minter is saying here. I do have to put Adam in the book. Adam wants to be in the book, and he's got a monetary donation behind it as well. So you will be getting called out tomorrow, sir, if we get back-to-back good Bateman days. I think it's fair to say I deserve this. I know it's only day one, but I deserve to celebrate just a little bit, because I've been out here on this island. So I'm gonna play the next interview, and don't worry, Tila, I'm gonna let the man talk, and we'll react to it.
Here we are, Dad.
Oh no, I don't really want to hear about Jesse Minter's dad. Sorry, Rick Minter.
I had my guy back, and he looked great. Running fast, great routes, great hands. One we should have hit, but it's practice. We getting better, and I'm loving it. He looked great. I had my guy back, and he
Talking about Bateman. Had my guy back, and he looked great. We missed one, but that's all right, because Rashad Bateman looked great. Bate looked great today, y'all. Let's just you know what? Let's just clap it up real quick for Rashad Bateman. Just for the one time. But Lamar Jackson, our quarterback, one, is stamping that here, and I could not be happier about it. Couldn't be happier about it. What else we got, Lamar?
I don't think we carried over anything, man. It's Dak like a wizard. He's trying to get the best out of all of us, not just the quarterbacks, but every aspect of the offense. And I feel like he's doing a great job at that, challenging us each and every play. Even with the huddle, how the huddle is set up, he's challenging us, man. Get to the line of scrimmage fast, execute, break down the defense, process everything fast. It's like process of elimination when we get into the line of scrimmage, so it's great. I don't think we carried over anything, man.
Talk to him, Lamar.
Dak like a wizard.
And so I mentioned this in an earlier video.
Us, not just the quarterbacks, but
I mentioned this in an earlier video. Thank you, Lamar, by the way. We've added yet another name we use to describe Declan Doyle. We've heard genius, we've heard brilliant, we've heard mastermind. Now we get wizard. from Lamar Jackson. They have used and exhausted every word almost in the dictionary. Almost every word in the dictionary you could use to describe. Look, man, I love it. I love it. I couldn't be happier about it. Another super chat donation. This one's coming from D-Man Raven 78 says, put me in the bait book too. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. No problem. Adam's in it now. Nice bold ink. I got me a fresh pen too. I got one of these Pilot G2s. These are the good pens. So your name is in there for good. Let me see. D-Man Raven 78. D-Man Raven 78. And puts a $10 donation behind it too. That's bold, D-Man. That's bold. I'm not going to lie. And Adam put a 5 behind it. The North will remember. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your support, D-Man Raven. Thank you so much for the super chat donation. Adam, you as well. But unfortunately, y'all are both now in the bait hate book. Sorry. All right, next. What we got next, Lamar?
Just being a good person, treating everybody the same. I don't care if they homeless, rich. It really don't matter. Treat everybody with respect. So that's how you show leadership. Just being a good person.
Yeah, leadership. And that's the thing, Lamar. Because I'm assuming the question there was like, hey, how are you able to be such a great leader for this team? Yada yada, whatever. And Lamar's just like, just look, my energy. Be a good person. Like be like Jesus. That's what he said yesterday, literally. And I think that's what he does, and that's why people look up to him. Like, his teammates. Of course, a lot of kids look up to him as well. And that's why. That's why. Doesn't have to be a rah-rah guy. He's just a good guy. That's it.
Absolutely, because
Lamar, if he still believes he has the best football ahead of him.
Absolutely, because each and every year you're getting older, your mind is getting sharper. Everything is slowing down even more. It's like you done seen everything. Anything a defense can bring at you. The only thing different now is just the new offense. So once I get that down pat, I feel like there's no room for error with us. Keep stacking. Absolutely, because
I was going to say, a lot of people have been like kind of driving this narrative lately that Lamar Jackson's best days are behind him. And they're mainly using last year as a driver for that argument. And I don't think that could be any further from the truth. I mentioned this yesterday too. Like, bro, look at what Lamar was doing in the first couple of weeks before he got hurt last season. He was the best quarterback in football. He was the best player in the world. He was. His defense was just god awful. Awful. Atrocious. So, you can count him out if you want to. You can count him out if you want to, but I definitely think that his best days are ahead of him as well. I totally agree with Lamar there. And of course, he's going to say that, but I totally agree with him. Where was it? Oh, Kyle Hamilton said some things as well today.
Yeah.
So he says, oh man, this was probably some of the craziest news. Kyle Hamilton feels like Lamar Jackson has gotten even faster.
I think it's the one, I guess, just technically, schematically, the under center, it feels very natural from my perspective for him. Just play fakes, running out of every handoff like he has the ball. It's just little stuff like that he's been very intentional about. From a, I guess, ability standpoint, I feel like he might have gotten faster somehow. I don't want to age him, but he's turning a certain age next year, and it doesn't seem like that. He's we'll keep that age between us, what age he's gonna be. But I feel like he got faster. I feel like he ran today. It was really fast. I don't know if you guys saw that, but maybe that's just how he always runs. But he's just like our season. I feel like he's gonna get better throughout the whole year, and the more comfortable he gets in what they've got going on, which I have a ton of faith in. I'm talking to those guys; they have a ton of faith in it. I feel like he's just gonna get that much better. Yeah.
I really hope that the national media picks up this story tomorrow morning. I want to wake up bright and early and watch one of these national media shows, right? And I never do this. I never do this. Adam, appreciate the gifted membership in the chat. Thank you so much. And that's going to Young Brew. Thank you so much for that. Adam, let's go ahead and clap it up for him. Santa Claus here today. But I really hope, like, on some real stuff, y'all, like, I really do hope that the national media talks about, oh, well, Lamar Jackson, it seems like his teammates are saying that he hasn't lost a step. He hasn't lost any athleticism. We all thought that he was a declining commodity. His running, his athleticism. But no, on the contrary, his teammates are already saying he's looking great. The beat reporters out of Baltimore are saying he's balling out. He's dialed in from day one. I need to hear some walking it back. That's what I need to hear. I need to hear some walking it back. That's it. That's it. Okay. All right. Let me move on here to something else that Kyle said.
I mean, I want to win. I think I'm trying to do my best to whatever that may be. I don't have that down yet to a science. I haven't won anything, so I'm just trying stuff out. But do whatever I can to help guys in there be successful. You know, young guys jump to the second year. That's like Malachi, Keandre, Key Martin, those guys, like, help them throughout this camp because they're so talented. Like Malachi, I don't see a reason why he can't be the best at his position in our league. He has all the talent, all the mentality, just the approach to the game that, I mean, very soon here, I wouldn't be surprised if he's best safety in our league. So just like seeing potential like that, I feel like throughout camp to try my best to, you know, raise those guys' level and bring the potential out. I mean, I want to win.
Good stuff. I mean, Kyle Hamilton always saying the right stuff, but you always get something very interesting out of a Kyle Hamilton interview as well. And I think the main thing that we took away from that is that he thinks that Lamar Jackson is actually faster, which would be insane. And which should also, it should petrify the entire league. The entire league. Because, like, my thing is, Lamar Jackson is about to have it, and I hope, right? So much easier than in years past. Just based off of field position, right? If we give Lamar Jackson, by the way, if we give him the ball and he's starting off drives in opponent's territory, I'm not even saying on a consistent basis, but like maybe a few times a game because we flip the field on a turnover or whatever. Like, I just, man, oh man. All right, let me move on, y'all. It's only day one. Okay, it's only day one. I don't want to do too much. Let me see. Adam dropping another gifted membership in the chat. And that one's going to JR. Appreciate you, Adam, again, going crazy here on this episode of Quiet Storm Sports. Welcome to the fam. I'm okay. So, what else did I have here? Let's go ahead and talk about some other camp notes around the league. There's a lot of stuff going on. We are officially back. Okay, we are officially back in full effect here this season. A lot of other news around the league. First thing I wanted to talk about here was this video that just came out. You have Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders connecting with rookie first round wide receiver Casey Concepcion here on this deep ball, which actually looked very, very pretty. Not the cleanest spiral, but I'm more impressed by the hands. And Quoney, appreciate the jewels. More impressed by the hands of Casey Concepcion here on this catch and on this rep here. I mean, it was just incredible. He catches it so smooth. Oh, can I slow it down? Can I slow it down for the chat? I can slow it down for the chat. Here we go. Again, it wasn't the best spiral on this one from Shedeur. I'll admit that. But the way that Casey Concepcion came in with this, catches it just in perfect stride, right? I mean, hand-eye coordination. I mean, he had no problem corralling that ball at all. This dude could be a problem. He could be a problem. Afia, appreciate the jewels. I know y'all don't want to talk about other people in the division. I get it, but it's of importance. It's of importance, right? We need to do some scouting. as Ravens fans. We need to know what we're getting ourselves into. I need to know if this KC Concepcion guy, as a Ravens fan, if he's going to be a problem twice a year. That's what I need to know. Because right there, he was looking kind of nice. He was looking kind of nice right there. But I'll move on. I digress. I don't want to piss y'all off too bad. What else do we have? Jeez, man. Bookmarks are trash on Twitter. I hate it. Also, out of the Browns, they have extended 2 defensive backs. So sticking on the Browns for just a second here. The Browns have done 2 DB extensions in back-to-back days. So yesterday they signed cornerback Denzel Ward to 2 years, $62 million, and safety Grant Delpit today to a 3-year deal worth $48 million. Adam, appreciate the jewels, man. I do. So, yeah, I guess they're trying to beef up their secondary and just have guys there for the long run. I understand that. I don't know what to expect from the Browns. I don't know what to expect from the post Myles Garrett Browns, who now have Todd Monken as their head coach. Like I feel like I know what I can expect a little bit from Todd Monken's offense, but the Browns as a whole, I just don't know what I'm getting. I just don't know what I'm getting yet. They're going to be a very interesting team in this division, especially I think if Shedeur Sanders starts. I want Shedeur to start. I do. All right. You had Saints defensive tackle Brian Brees. One of the linchpins in their defense and a rising star is feared to have suffered a torn ACL. While tests are ongoing, it's likely the former first rounder is done for the season. And man, I know that, I'm not a Saints fan. You're not a Saints fan. But I feel for guys when they go through stuff like this, man. Because you're talking about, like, literally, you've been waiting all off season long. All off season long. All summer long. And on the first day of school, you get expelled. Terrible analogy, I know. But you get my point. I think you get my point. These guys work their whole life to play these football seasons, and for them to be excluded before they even get a chance at game day, I mean, it just sucks, man. It sucks. It does. What else do we have? Oh, Panthers rookie Chris Brazzell II. JR, appreciate the jewels. Chris Brazzell II. He has suffered a tear in his LCL at practice today and will miss up to 8 weeks. The 3rd-round pick out of Tennessee was poised to be part of the wide receiver group behind Tedroy McMillan and Jalen Coker. So, yeah, Chris Brazzell was the guy, I think, out of Clemson, I want to say. Oh, no, Tennessee. I'm sorry. Who am I thinking of Clemson? I don't know. Both orange teams. But, yeah, out of Tennessee, he was one of the guys who was mocked to the Ravens on a lot of people's mock drafts, I remember, back in April. But again, you just hate to see it. And out 8 weeks, that's going to trickle into the season. Because we're already in August. So you're looking at October, right? And if they really want to be safe about it, I would definitely keep him out until about October, maybe mid-October, just to be safe. Young Brew, appreciate the 440 jewels. Young Brew is now a member of the Rain Gang. Channel membership gifted by Adam a little earlier. Shout out to you, Young Brew. Let me see. What else came out today? I think that was about all oh no, this Jamar Chase thing. That's right. I know you guys saw this. So Jamar Chase is apparently throwing helmets at Cincinnati Bengals practice. Day one. Just look at this. Straight clown shit. Look what they doing. Day one. You ain't seen your brothers in how long? I know some new guys there and everything, but like, come on. Y'all supposed to be on the same page. Jamar, what are you doing? You're the vet. Jamar's the vet, and he's not calming shit down. Still talking trash. I know Jamar Chase got a slick mouth, too. I know he got a slick mouth. He probably said some real disrespectful shit. I know he did, actually. But nah, man, look at these clowns, dog. Look at these clowns. Somebody need to put the clown music. That's what they need to put behind this. Because what are we doing? You tossing your man's helmet? Just childish. Just childish. Couldn't be us. Couldn't be us. I love to see it though, because you know, if y'all not gonna be on one accord, sure, let us know something. Let us know something. And I'm really just joking for the most part, y'all. I know tempers flare is football. There's a lot of testosterone on the field. And at the end of the day, these guys are all men. So some, probably just too hard of a rep for first day for somebody. Somebody popped off the mouth, said something slick, and then that's how you get this. But as Jamar Chase, as like, come on, the veteran in the room, you're supposed to be the grown-up in the room. You're supposed to be the grown-up in the room. Adam, appreciate the jewels. Tila said, didn't he spit on someone before? I think so. I think I heard about that. Only person I know for sure spit on somebody was Jalen Carter and Dak Prescott as well, kinda. Kwame said they also lost Shamar Stewart. That's right. That's right. Shamar Stewart is hurt. He got banged up today. So the Bengals, it ain't looking good early. They ain't looking too hot early. I haven't heard much about the Steelers. Maybe I got to look into that. Maybe not. I don't really care. Not on day one, at least. Q the guy says, I think Wiggins is going to lock up Chase this season. Yeah, if Wiggins is 100% like he's claiming to be now, I think he's going to lock up a lot of guys. And I think that the coaches, I think Jesse Minter is going to let him. I think if he can establish himself as a guy who, can shut down your wide receiver one on any given week, I think you let him travel. But then again, with how complex Jesse Minter's defense is, he might not want him to do that. So we'll just have to see. That's one of those things we're just going to have to see. Oh, so he did spit on somebody? It's crazy. Spit on Jalen Ramsey last year. Yeah, Shamar Stewart's done. Never want to be happy about somebody getting hurt. So that's unfortunate. But whatever, we ball. We do. All right, chat. Let's go ahead and get into my last topic here of this episode of the show. By the way, if you have not already, please be sure, leave a like on the video if you're excited about this Ravens season and you want more Ravens content just like this. We'd appreciate that here at the Purple Rain podcast. Also, shout out to everybody who's made it rain here on this episode of Quiet Storm Sports, Purple Rain podcast. We appreciate all of the supporters as well. But I do want to get to this final topic, and that is of these Madden ratings. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, chat, because I know how y'all probably feel. All of a sudden, this training camp's back. Who cares about Madden ratings? Well, I care, just a little bit. And I don't even play Madden like that. But I do always find it interesting when EA, because this is basically just EA releasing their top 10 players in the league list. This is what it means. And it is fully list season. It's still list season. We're on the tail end of list season, but still list season nonetheless. So I just want to go through these really quick and let you guys know if I agree or disagree. Top 10 quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford's rated a 99 overall. So is Josh Allen. I think that's blasphemous, but it's Madden. I understand you want somebody that's a quarterback to be a 99 when the game comes out. I get it. Joe Burrow, interestingly enough, a 97. A 97 for Joe Burrow. But then for Lamar Jackson, he gets a 94. And I just want to know, Allen and Stafford aside, what gives Burrow the right to have 3 more overall points than Lamar Jackson, according to EA, according to Electronic Arts? Because if you want to say that, oh, Lamar Jackson has been banged up, he's injured. Well, Burrow's been injured more. He's actually even less available than Lamar Jackson is. And I guess you're going, like, if you're EA, you're going strictly off of maybe that month performance last season where, Ravens weren't scoring a whole lot of touchdowns. There were a bunch of drops in that month, but Ravens weren't scoring a whole bunch. Lamar's numbers weren't super gaudy. So maybe this is why they put him at number 94 or 94 overall, excuse me. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I want list season to end just as bad as you guys do. But I figured I'd bring this up because it's just more bulletin board material for me. Nobody else may care, but it's for me. The top 10 quarterbacks. You also have Pat Mahomes at 93, right behind Lamar Jackson. It's like, okay, I guess. Drake May at 92, Dak Prescott 91, Justin Herbert 90, Caleb Williams 90, and Jared Goff 88. All right, whatever. And then wide receivers. Yeah, Jamar Chase 99, not mad at that. Jackson Smith and Jigba 99, not mad at that. I maybe would have given him a 98, but sure, he just had a really, really great season, almost 1,800 yards receiving. You can't take that away from him. Puka Nacua at a 98, I love that. Amon-Ra at a 95, I love that. Justin Jefferson at a 94, a lot of people had some issues with. And personally, I don't. I know he had a 1,000-yard season last year, but maybe I'd have put him at like a 9. I would have put him on the same tier as like Amon-Ra. I'd have put Justin Jefferson at a 95, just to be respectful. But in no way would I put him above Puka Nacua, JSN, or Jamar Chase right now. But I think a 95 is fair for Justin Jefferson. CeeDee Lamb 93, okay. London 92. Drake London is underrated. I think he's about to have a really big year if the Falcons can find the damn quarterback. If they can find a quarterback. Let me see. Devonta Smith 92. That surprises me. Devonta Smith over AJ Brown? That is nuts, if you ask me. That is nuts. And AJ Brown isn't even in the top 10. So what they had to have had AJ Brown at a 90. Because if you have AJ Brown in the 80s, disrespectful. Way too disrespectful. Because they have Terry McLaurin at 91 and then Mike Evans at 91 as well. To not put AJ Brown on that list is crazy to me. Let's move on, though. Running backs. Top 10 running backs. Jahmyr Gibbs coming in at 98. So no 99s for your running backs this year. Jahmyr Gibbs, 98. McCaffrey, 97. Still, okay. Jonathan Taylor, 96. Bijan, 95. I think deserves to be a little bit higher than that. James Cook, 94. Not mad at that. Derrick Henry, 93. Not mad at that. I would have maybe given Derrick Henry a 94, but I'm not mad at it. Saquon 92, Josh Jacobs 91, Kenneth Walker 90, and Kyron Williams 89. All right. That's not the worst of the list. I think the wide receiver ones was probably a little bit worse for me. Then tight ends. Tight ends, you got Trey McBride at a 99 overall, George Kittle at a 96 overall, Brock Bowers at a 93 overall, Travis Kelce at a 91 overall, Mark Andrews at a 90 overall. So help me understand how coming off of a down year, Mark Andrews can still be considered a top 5 tight end in this league. But Lamar, who has 2 MVPs, 3 first-team All-Pros, can't be considered a top 3 quarterback? I mean, how does that make sense? Where they do that at? That's what I want to know. Apparently, at good old Electronic Arts. Dallas Goedert, 89 overall. Sam Laporta, 88. Hunter Henry, 86. Tucker Kraft, 85. And Colston Loveland, 84. Not mad at the rest of the list, but come on, man. What are we talking about? What are we doing? What are we doing here? Anywho, that is that. Like I said, I didn't want to spend too much time on that. Spacer says, yo, put some respect on Andrews. I am, but I mean, a down season is a down season. He had a down year. I don't know if you were pissed when they signed him to a 3-year extension, but 90% of the fan base was. Okay, and we reacted to that in season, so this is not on no revisionist history sort of stuff. We know that he did not have a great season last year. So I don't know how he's still in the 90s. I would have given him maybe like an 88 at this point in his career. Bijan should be 99 for sure. I give him about 97. Bijan. He's well on his way to a 99. I think after this season, he can be a 99 for sure. Henry should be a little bit higher. I agree. Nero. I agree. Kyron's like an 85. Maybe. Let me see. Sutton, it's really not hate. I guess we're talking about Bateman. It's more non-belief. However, I would appreciate Bateman having a great year. But answer this: when is the moment you feel? Sunny Chakra says that. I've gotten this before. But I'm just a believer. And he's not, I mean, like, it's not like I believe in all of the veterans who haven't really done much lately for us, or there's certain guys I'm higher on than others. Like I'm not really high on Marlon Humphrey. Not too high on Roquan right now. And those guys have crazy contracts. I just think for the value that we have Rashad Bateman for, he's a just fine. Wide receiver too. Okay. Let me see. I bet Zay is 88 and Bate is 78. I'm not sure yet. I don't think they released the full rosters as of yet. Yeah, they haven't done the full rosters as of yet. Where's Bateman at? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Where is Zay? Zay wasn't top 10 in the receivers, but I'd probably give Zay, because what did they have the lowest receiver in the top 10 as? Let me just look at that again. The lowest receiver in the top 10 receivers for Madden was Mike Evans, and he was a 91. So if Mike Evans is a 91, what is Zay Flowers? I'd assume they probably have Zay Flowers at like a cool 88. You know what I mean? Because you got to have A.J. Brown somewhere, because they don't even have A.J. Brown in the top 10. I say Zay is probably like a cool 88, maybe an 87, something like that. I can see that. Zay has to be at least at a top 12 number. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I think there's a few more guys that they would put ahead of him. I do. But listen, guys, I got to go ahead and shut this stream down. I am getting ready to go live in maybe about 30 minutes on Coach's channel. We're doing a Ravens roundup today. Going to discuss day 1 of Ravens training camp. So make sure you head over to there and check that out. By the way, we did have a new video come out here on this channel right before we went live here. So make sure you check that out as well. And subscribe if you are new and you're enjoying the content. Of course, we will be back tomorrow with another live stream talking about day 2 of Ravens training camp. My guy Coach still in the building, says come through. That's right. Come on through. We chatting it up. We're not done talking Ravens today. We working. As content creators, we working. Teal says, Sutton, don't bring your ish over there. I make no promises. Okay? But anyways, look, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Of course, stay positive. Test negative. Hey, Afia, I didn't even see you in the chat. What's going on, Afia? Stay positive, test negative, and never, ever, ever forget, even on the rainiest of days, to call God. And as always, man, may purple rain.
You're watching Quiet Storm Sports on the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube channel. Subscribe for more Ravens content.